as we speak, somebody coming out of a relationship that tore them apart. Now they stronger. Right now, somebody coming out of financial debt and they finally able to execute on their dreams, execute on their passions, right? Right now, somebody is finally becoming a better version of themselves that they always destined to be. So when I tell you that you could be a better version of yourself, I don't mean that there's nothing wrong with you. I don't mean that. I just mean that you can actually be better than what you is right now.
A very emotional episode for me today. You know, my last hours in California, you know, I got a chance to do an episode with somebody that really started everything. So as I close this chapter out, you know, I feel like it's only fitting that I close it out with the man that really got me momentum into this situation. You know, and y'all seen us do Leadership 101. Y'all seen us do Leadership 102. And I felt like, you know, it was just like, damn, man, we definitely got to finish Leadership 103. And with no further ado, you know, ladies and gentlemen, here it is again. My brother, Koke Yepes. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? I love the fact that you always have given me so much props, man. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm so proud of you. You have done all this work, and seeing you grow, it's something so beautiful, man, because as we talk about it, I have poured into a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference between you and them is that you were taking my nuggets and you were taking my life experiences to start your own stuff, and you put in the work. So many people want everything laid down in a platter for them. They just think because, hey, we know each other, that all of a sudden they belong or they have a piece of the pie. But no, man, you are one of the few people that listened and applied it to your life. And look where you are now, man. I keep telling you, bro, like, your growth, every single episode is insane. You're doing way more gigs. More people are inviting you to, so you can speak. And that just speaks volumes about your work. You know what I'm saying? The amount of development that you've had in this time it's amazing, brother.
You know, and I sit back and I remember, dude, I'm not even about to lie to you. This has honestly just been I try not to say an emotional month, but it's definitely just been an emotional week. You know, we've PCS before, we've traveled, we've deployed before. And I just feel like just so much stuff has happened within this year. And I remember when I first reached out to you, I remember that day like it was yesterday. You know, I was in the smoke pit, and at the time I was still smoking, 6 months clean, thank God. And I'm in the smoke pit. I done smoked 2 cigarettes before I actually sent that message. I smoked 2 cigarettes. I was so nervous to actually reach out to you. And I mean, mind you, I done seen you all over Instagram. And I don't know who needs to hear this, man. But look, in my opinion, like half of these military influencers wouldn't even be a thing if it wasn't for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, you literally the first military influencer in my eyes. And I don't know who needs to hear that. But as I was sitting there in that smoke pit, and I'm talking, I didn't shoot a Marine ass literally 2 hours ago. Like literally, I'm on the boys. And I'm like, what do I say? How do I say it? You know, first, all right, don't tell him that you just got a podcast. He's an IT, so congratulate him. He just graduated, so just congratulate him. And you responded fast too. And I was just so blown away by the fact that you responded. I was like, okay. All right, so what do I do next? What do I say next? And I remember having this conversation, and one of the guys was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, no, you just don't even understand. You don't understand. And I remember going out there, doing McMap. And I'm thinking, honest to God, I was sitting back at that McMap class, and I did not know what I was going to expect. And I still have those pictures of that McMap class. And I think to myself, I wasn't going to post them because I was getting fucking slayed out there. I'm talking about, you had us out there, in a circle. You remember, who is it? Dana? I forget that guy's name. But he running around and stuff like that, and a couple other MAIs are out there. I'm over there in steel-toe boots getting slayed. And I'm like, dog, this is it, man. I am not coming out here again. But to meet you, to talk to you, I did not know that I would be locking in with somebody that would be so intricate within my life. I did not know that. And it's crazy how things just turn out, that one moment right there. And that's why I give you so much props, because these motherfuckers would not know who the hell I am if you didn't even just talk to me. If you didn't even take a chance with me. Let me rephrase that. That's why I give you so much props, because everybody's always like, oh, Meech, you're good. You're good. Y'all didn't know who the fuck I was until Koke said that. That's why, so I remember we was just talking about this earlier, like how everybody's like, like, hey, brother. No, like, you're literally like my brother. Like, for real. Because I know what it was like, and I know what it took for you to actually have to do it. You did not have to do that. So I greatly appreciate you. I'm sorry. I got really emotional. I got really emotional. My bad.
No, bro, it's the same feeling here, man. It's very, very, very mutual. And I think that's one thing that I want us to dive into is, what are we doing to prepare our brothers, our Marines, for the future? You know
100%.
what I'm saying? I think that's one of the biggest things that I have a conflict in mind, is that, and the Marine Corps is all mission, horse, man, and my mentality is different. I'm like, yo, if you don't take care of your man, how the fuck are you going to be able to accomplish your mission or take care of the horse? You know 100%. What I'm saying? And even to this day, man, I think that one of the biggest things that we lack in, especially leadership wise, is setting our Marines for success in the future. Pointing out their passions and what they're good at, and asking them a simple question of, have you ever thought of doing this? Have you ever thought of doing that? Taking the time to be like, what are you going to do when the expiration date comes? Because, I never thought about it this way. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do 30 years. We think about retirement, but life continues. You know what I'm saying? And we do such a poor job setting our people up for success in the future. So I kind of made it my goal, man. Not only I've been working to get out, and guys, I know we talked about it last time, but I get out in February of 2021. So I have literally 5 months left, and I've been preparing myself for this day for the past, since 2017, man.
And I remember you bringing that up in Leadership 102. And just to give everybody just a quick recap of 101, 102, 103. In 101, we talked about, leadership and what it means to actually be a good leader. And I remember you talking about, it's just simple. You just care.
That's it.
You just have to care. And in 102, we talked about leading through adversity. And we talked about how, you overcame adversity and you got promoted and you still continue to move forward. But then you had dropped that bomb talking about that you were about to get out. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I was blown away. I was like, because I did think like, like the 30. But at the same time, now that I see the bigger picture here in 103, as we talk about getting out, what is it? What is the emotional state? What is the mental state? What is the mindset behind this now?
Yeah, and it's not only you, man. Like, people are like, bro, like, out of anybody, you, like, you know what I'm saying? They will expect me to do 30 years and stuff like that. But it's very simple for me because, like I told you, man, I have been putting myself in this situation my whole entire life, And one of the biggest things that we lack in is we put others before ourselves. And I have always put myself first.
100%.
That's why you see a lot of people come into my life and they leave, because at the end of the day, man, if we're not on the same path, hey, I wish you the best, but I got to continue. I'm on a mission, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that has made me successful in life is I have always followed my heart, and I have always put myself in situations where I go all in on myself, and I know that I feel like my life is about to start. I feel like I haven't started living yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this whole time, this 32 years of my life, God was putting me through school. And a lot of people think that they need to go to the university, but life itself will teach you everything that you need to know
100%.
To get where you're going, So I truly do feel that all of these things that I've been going through, and especially I give a lot of credit to the Marine Corps, are setting me up for what's about to come, man. And I'm truly am going to be living my passion, which is I want to show the world that, one, follow your heart, and two, you could do the purpose in life is to live and be happy.
Right.
Whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? So I want to show people that if I could do it, that I come from nothing. I don't come from riches. I don't come from. I've literally, one thing that I'm proud of, man. I built everything on my own, and one of my best qualities is individuals ask me, "Are you gonna collab with this person?" And in my head, man, I mean, if the opportunity happens, cool. But I'm so focused on myself and growing. You know what I'm saying? That it's, I don't know, man. I'm just so focused on where I'm going and how I'm doing it that I do not allow other individuals to cloud my mindset. It does make sense,
You know, and as I sit here, passion has always just been when you talk to you, when you look at you, when you just pay attention, passion is always the driving force. I remember just being out there in McMap, and I remember thinking to myself, like, oh God, he's serious. He's really serious. And I remember you coming to one of my classes and you pulling me off to the side and asked me about the instructors that I had there. And it was always passion. And as you get out, you know, one thing that we don't talk about enough, you know, and you brought it up right at the very beginning, is what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? And that is the pursuit in which you should go into. And when did you realize that this would be your passion?
So, I think my whole entire life I knew that ever since the whole YouTube scene started, man, I mean, you guys see my personality. I'm very free-willed, but YouTube is a platform that all these YouTubers, man, they get to live their life. Mm-hmm. They wake up every day and they create their lifestyle every day, and you're getting paid for that. You 100%. Know what I'm saying? It's not made for everybody, but myself, I have the personality to where, like, man, you're telling me that I can get paid for the rest of my life. If I want to be a baseball player tomorrow, guess what? I can do a video about baseball. If I want to be a basketball player the next day, the sky's the limit, man. I can recreate myself over and over and over. And a lot of people like myself, man, I have a very a personality that is very spontaneous. I want to do a lot of things. I want to see if I'm capable of doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things within a year. You know, I don't limit myself to, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to be this Marine. So when I started seeing this platform and I start seeing all these YouTubers live their life and get paid to do so at their own expense, that to me is like true wealth, you know, because
being able to live on your own terms,
being able to live on my own terms and make my own rules and get paid for it.
Absolutely.
That's insane.
You know, and it's so crazy that I really wish that you knew how many barriers you have broken. Like, I really wish like you could see the barriers that you broke. And when I go back and I say that you were the first military influencer, I didn't see anybody that was in the military on social media like that. Yeah. There was a couple of us that had like more followers just for simple selfies and shit like that. Yeah, I saw that. There were a couple that did it here and there, but it was nothing never consistent. It wasn't something where if I went on there, I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The amount of times that I saw you before I actually spoken to you, I couldn't count because it was just that many. And that's the first barrier that you made it okay for us to, one, have a personality, two, to actually identify the I am Marine, which is individual, you know, but as you switch gears now, even as you exit, you know what I mean? Like, even as you exit, we always hear, and you hear it all the time. Well, you better go to college because, you know, you're going to get a good job if you go to college, which I believe is just utter bullshit. You're the good job. You don't have to go to school to get the good job. I mean, yes, there are some occupations that need you to go be educated, but all of them don't. So here it is right here now. You're breaking another norm. You're about to break another barrier. And I just really just wanted to ask, like, do you ever just like take this moment and just be like, damn, like I'm really knocking down some barriers right now. Like I'm really like paving the way for an entire generation.
Brother, man, people that truly do know me know that I might come out cocky sometimes because I believe in myself very well, but I'm extremely humble, man, you know, and when I see myself like so small. And people are like, "Whoa, you're extremely successful," and I'm like, "Bro, like I haven't even scratched the surface yet." You know what I'm saying? That to me is, I'm not satisfied. You know, so I truly do appreciate it when you guys point it out. But I see myself as just a regular human being, man. Thinking about the things that I've done, when people mention it, it does make me feel proud. It makes me feel very proud of where I came from.
Right.
And how I've accomplished everything with just a sheer will of mine, man. And I tell people, like, if you reprogram yourself, one of the biggest things that we're going on in America right now is there's a lot of people that are like, well, we are, what's the name of that? A product of our own environment.
100%.
And I'm like, that's a decision that you choose. At the age of 5, I had a gun. And that's the reason why my mom was like, yo, I need to take my family away from this atmosphere. And that's why we came to the United States. That was a choice. I could have stayed there. I could have continued to be the same individual. But it's all about mindset, man. Poor people continue to become poor because of their mindset. Rich people get richer because of their mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that I'm learning, that if you have the will, you believe in yourself, and you have vision, you put all that together with work ethic and consistency, and the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. I have proven this to myself. And that's the best thing, man. We stop trying to prove something to somebody else that doesn't even care about you, and start proving things to yourself. Because when you start freaking accomplishing your goals, it makes you more confident and believe in yourself. And with that, your vision becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and you start knocking down a bigger tree.
I love that. I love that. So the bigger tree, what is the bigger tree for you after the military? What is it?
The bigger tree for me, man, is it never stops. It never stops growing. But I want to build a network where I can impact so many people and help, just give back, man. So being able to be extremely wealthy to where my family and my 2 children that I have right now, and eventually I want to have 5, so I want 3 more kids. By the time they turn 18, I want my kids to be retired. You see what I'm saying? That is one of my biggest goals, for my children to be retired at the age of 18. Once they turn 18, they're like, hey, kids, everything has already been laid down to you. Now, let's not talk about college. Let's not talk about what's your passion and where do you want to go. And me be able to give them all the tools for them to be successful in what they're truly happy about. So I want to live a legacy where we change the game, because I believe that people are set up for failure from the beginning. Like we talk about, you go to school 12 years, then you go freaking to college, then you go get your doctorate, then you get your master's, and then you freaking work to retire at 60. By the time you retire at 60, most people have lived a shitty life and they're not even healthy, to where you got 10, 20 years to live your life. You see what I'm saying? I want to reverse it to where, like, follow your passion. You know what I'm saying? Don't chase the money, and all that shit's going to fucking come. So I want to be an individual that is known as reversing this way of life, and having a generation of not only my family, but for the future people to see the truth and how to become successful by following their happiness.
Bro, what you said is something that it's not said enough. It's not said enough. You know, and I sit back and, you know, that is something that I have echoed so many times, where we go to school. We go to school for 12 years. We go to college. We might end up in debt because we went into college. We might not even be able to get the dream job that we went to college for, because although we are educated, we lack experience. So now we find ourselves working a job that we don't want for money that we need. And when we talk about passion, I don't think no one ever asked me what I was passionate about when they talked to me about my career. I don't think no one ever even asked me what I was good at before we went into that direction. I found myself in the military just for the sake of, you know, we just so happen to cross paths at the exact same time. And then even now, you're going to spend 20 years in this branch of service, whatever that branch may be, 30 years, 40 years, maybe. But at the end of the day, this still has an expiration date. What are you going to do now? And I feel like that is just one of the heaviest things is passion. What are you going to do now? You know, I really wanted to ask, if you could go back in time and you can just tell yourself one thing, I say like a sentence or something, what would you tell them? And what point would you pick? At what point?
If I could go back in time and tell myself something that's made me successful, bro, I would change my whole mentality of.
But what point? What point? At what point would you go back? Like, would you go back PFC Yepes, Sergeant Yepes, Corporal Yepes?
Not even, brother. I'll go back to like graduation of fucking high school. Like as soon as I graduate and I'm about to start my life over again, I would definitely go back to that point and I would get my priorities straight. Because to be honest, man, I didn't start getting my priorities straight until I was 28.
Right.
I wasted all my 20s doing dumb shit, impressing somebody else, doing something. Even though I follow my heart, man, I wasn't focused on myself and being the best version of myself. I always, you know, and that's why it's funny to me now, because there's so many people that envy and hate and they fall off, and it's a simple, it's a damn problem of not focusing on themselves. You know, I see so many people, I could do it better than you, or I'm coming for you. Be like, bro, what you don't understand is by the time you get to me, I've been focusing on myself the whole entire time. I'm on a different fucking level. So you're going to be chasing somebody that's out of your league the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? So if I could go back in time, I would definitely freaking get my priorities straight. And I would have focused on myself instead of, you know, we do such a good job of trying to portray this image that you're not. And now, if you notice, man, I don't care about that no more. I have built so much stuff in 2020 that people don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, that we are so quick to be like, yo, I got this, I got that, see this, see that. But when you work in silence and you work in yourself, you grow 10 times faster.
100%. 100%. And as I sit in here and I just look around, I can just see the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? And my thing that I ask now, because we you know, as we switch gears and we talk about self, you know, I remember somebody told me, you know, it's always going to be Marines, mission, you. And I finally realized that was just bullshit. It has to be you, the Marines, and then the mission. Because you can't pour into nobody if you don't have anything to pour. And the mission won't get accomplished if the people that you're pouring into are not able to execute it. And as I sit here and I watch you and I look at you, how does it feel to finally be able to pour into you?
Man, I'm so grateful, you know, and I'm so grateful because I didn't do it on my own. And one of the biggest things that we've talked about this before, if you're a 5 and you want to become a 10, you need to hang out with a 6 to turn into a 7. You know what I'm saying? You hang out with a 4, you're going to turn into a 3.
100%.
So I'm just extremely grateful for all those individuals that have made an impact in my life. And I give a lot of credit to my girl right now, man. I mean, I tell people that something that is so important is the circle of influence that you're with. If you're trying to become more confident, you need to hang around confident motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
If you want to become rich, you need to hang out around rich people. If you want to have your own clothing brand and have that business, you need to not only hang around people that have a clothing brand, but people that are successful doing it, because those are the individuals and the energy that is going to teach you to get to where you're going, you know. And even though I've always had this will, this work ethic, this determination, man, I didn't have somebody on my corner that was like, babe, I got your back, and anything that you want to do, you can accomplish it. You know what I'm saying? I was always, no, you're going to do this because this is what's convenient for me. It's never been like that, man. So I do give her a lot of credit that she keeps my mind at ease. And for somebody, especially guys, it's very important when you pick your significant other, stop looking for things that don't matter and look for somebody that is sharing the same wavelength, the same energy, and is going to the same place with you, because she gives me such comfort, man, that at the end of the day, getting out of the Marine Corps, people might think that is crazy, but I can't wait. And honestly, I definitely have to give her a shout out because she's the main reason why everything is expedited and so much faster, because not only do I believe in myself, but having somebody else that believes in you,
somebody driving you,
bro,
like really like pushing you, you know. And I didn't mean like that shit feels good, you know, like to have somebody like legitimately believe in your dreams, because people always get this whole idea that, you know, and I've talked about it a lot about like loyalty and friendship. You know, a lot of people don't realize that your friends might be the anchor and the reason why you're not successful. The people that you love, they may not be. You know, we talked about the highway situation, you know, so how does it feel to have somebody like, you know, you driving down the highway and as the exits keep coming up, that person ain't getting out the car because they still riding in the car because y'all both going to the same exit.
Bro, that's my priority, man. That is my priority, and I'll put the whole world. I put her before like the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I want to talk about, guys, is if you find somebody, at what point do we mature and we open our eyes and we're like, yo, this is the one? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's so many individuals. It was almost me. I almost let her go. You know what I'm saying? But at what point do we open our eyes and we're like, yo, this is somebody worth fighting for. This is somebody that it's so powerful, man. I'm telling you right now, man, 32 years of my life, 2020, with all the pandemic and all the bullshit, I have grown and I have done things 10 times more than my whole entire life. And it all has to do because of the individual that is next to me, that has my back, you know? So it definitely feels really, really, really good. And that's wrapping it back into the whole leadership. It makes me think, and she has taught me a lot of things. What are we doing to set our guys up for success in the future? Are we asking those questions like, yo, what are you going to do when you get out? That's what I've been doing every day at work, man, until the day I get out. I've been doing it for the past year. I talk to my Marines, be like, you staying in or you getting out? Oh, I'm staying in. What are you doing after the Marine Corps? Mm-hmm. Have you started taking classes to set you up for success? You know what I'm saying? Do you have your finances on point? All of these things that are going to free the mind. The more time that you have to work on your craft, the more successful you're going to be in the future.
You know, I just to, you know, jump back into, you know, I don't mean to double back, but it just brings to light that you're only as capable as the people that you keep around you, you know, and your significant other plays such an intricate role in how you turn out. You know, you can't be this great leader if you don't even have a great woman or a great man by your side. Like, you coming in, you pouring into the boys, but then you don't, nobody's pouring into you, you know. And I really just want to just throw that out there because I just see it. Yeah,
bro. And then the biggest lesson that she set the standard, you know what I'm saying? She has 100%. Been teaching me that. I've been letting a lot of people go, and I don't even feel bad, because at the end of the day, she's setting this standard for me of, this is what it means for somebody to actually care for you. This is what it means for somebody to, this is the type of people, the type of energy that you deserve around you. Anybody else that's not providing that fucking value, they need to go. You see what I'm saying?
Dog, it's like the standard of how you're supposed to be loved.
Absolutely. And I question everybody that calls me a brother and a friend. Like, if you're not loving me the way that, it doesn't have to be the same, because I've never met nobody that loves me the way this woman does. But if you're not taking care of me like this, bro, if you're only fucking with me on my high, but when I'm on my low, you don't want to fuck with me, I can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the biggest blessings that I'm learning right now is, guys, you need to cut out all the bad energy away from you, because that right there is going to be the biggest block for you to get to where you're going.
100%. And, you know, I feel like we don't talk about this enough. And I just saw a meme about this. I feel like we don't talk about this enough. It's okay to mourn the people that you lose. You know, Judas ate too. You know, Judas sat with Jesus too. Bro, I'm getting that tattoo. Like, I'm gonna get it like tattooed like somewhere, like, you know, something subtle, bro. But that it's so deep for me, because Judas did eat too.
Yep.
You know, he sat with Jesus as well too. He ate with Jesus too. Jesus washed his feet too. Jesus loved him too. So when you lose these people in your life, it's okay. Jesus felt bad to lose Judas. It's okay to, when you lose those people, to mourn. You lost somebody. But you also got to be able to praise, like, hey, it was either you or me. And to be honest, I chose me.
Always.
You know, and as we sit back and we talk about that, you know, me and you were talking about this earlier, is that as you start to make that change for yourself and that stuff starts to resonate with you, you gonna start losing people. And you're going to lose them at a fast rate. The more change that you make within you, the more you're going to start to realize these people are just not there. And as you become that better version, that better leader, you start to realize, damn, I can't associate myself with you because you're still on that bullshit. I can't even talk to you. Or I can't even have a certain conversation with you because your mindset ain't even there. And, you know, and just really, honestly, it just really just goes back to it again, that without the right person, I don't really need that. Without the right person within your life, you fuck around and revert back, you know, man, damn, man, bro, I don't think you ever realize how much of a testament you are to me, like an example to me and what you do.
Yeah, brother. And one thing, man, that we need to open our eyes is we always want to be cool with the people that are always praising us. We always want to be cool with the people that are always excusing our bullshit and are allowing us to make all the mistakes, man. But it's those individuals that hold you accountable that truly love you, man. And we push those people away. Those people that hold you accountable, those people are like, yo, bro, why are you doing this shit? Why are you cheating? Why are you fucking fighting? Why? And the people that we like to push away and would like to be like, man, you're weak because you're not having this negative mindset. And those are the actual individuals that truly love you. Like my girl, she holds me to a whole different standard, bro. And
100%.
To be honest, I'm still getting used to it. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because she holds me like to a standard that
is that standard of how you.
It makes me uncomfortable every fucking day, bro. To be honest, man, you know what I'm saying. And it's kind of like with life, when you go through hard things, the beautiful things comes out. You know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I appreciate it, and now I see at least she didn't care. She wouldn't be calling it out. You know what
bro,
I'm saying?
I love the fact that you said that it makes you uncomfortable. You know, because people like they get this whole idea that shit. Even I, you know, because it makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. It makes you uncomfortable because you have never done it. It makes you uncomfortable because no one has never done that to you. You know, like we praise people for being our friends. And I love this person because they allow us to continue to do the dumb shit that has gotten us in this exact same position that we are in right now, or is the reason why we're so fucking stagnant. But in reality, the person that does love you, the person that wants to see you be great, is going to expect a certain level. They're going to set that standard of how you're supposed to be loved. Damn, man. Like, you know, leadership is such a big, broader spectrum. Shout out to Priscilla. Like we really in the living room, and Priscilla like right here. Like like shout out to Priscilla. Like for real. Like this is.
You know, she says it all the time. She's like, she feels that a miracle happened. You know, and this is probably the first time that I'm gonna talk about this. But I feel like you can only impact people when you talk about you relate with them. First of all, you let them know I used to be you, and then you talk about the change, you know?
100%.
And I heard a song not too long ago. It was in Spanish, but it said, I used to be a dog, but now I'm on a leash. You took my heart and you changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's so true, man. Like she looks at me every single day and she's like, damn, it feels like it's a miracle because, bro, I used to be a cheater. I used to drink. I used to fight. I used to excuse all my bullshit up until I met somebody that was like, look, motherfucker, you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is not okay. This is not how you treat people. Everybody else in my life was like, oh, well, you know, this is who he is, but we still love him. And it's like, you didn't help me accountable. Therefore, I was the same shitty individual my whole entire fucking life.
100%, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it feels good to be a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so crazy because as simple as when you work on yourself and you better yourself, and this is crazy, bro. 90% of the time before, I was so focused on cleaning my tracks, deleting the messages, making sure that my phone was upside down, that I was clouded, bro. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't think about my future. But when you become a better individual, like for yourself, how do you feel now that you stop smoking? 10 times better.
100%.
10 times better, man.
Yeah.
When you start feeling better, man, and you have more time and your mind is free, that's when my life started to change. That's when IG went through freaking 100,000 followers. And I promise you guys, 2021 and 2022, I will have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Promise you that. I want to miss you, bro.
Bro, I love it. I love it. I love seeing the growth. I just love seeing I love seeing the glow. You feel me? Like the glow from the growth.
And yo, don't be afraid to speak about your adversity, your failures, who you used to be. So many people want to freaking talk about being perfect and everything is tight, man, but it's just through those trials, through those DUIs, through those freaking divorces, it's through those trials that we can impact and we can help somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Now, I do have a couple of questions.
Send it.
And this one, I honestly, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a moment and just like this is a me question. I mean, like if it relates to somebody else, then for you, but in less than as I'm about to get promoted, what was something that you learned going from sergeant to staff sergeant?
Oh man, especially for us, bro, I was just extremely grateful for a second chance, dog. Mm-hmm. The staff sergeant was already there.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I was a sergeant for 8 years, bro. I've been doing staff sergeant. I believe myself that I can do a gunny's job right now.
Right.
I've been that leader, man. I've had the billets. I've had the responsibility, man. But the biggest fucking lesson that I learned was don't forget where you come from. Be fucking humble and always be grateful, man. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest lesson that I learned, guys, because as you guys know, I got a DUI and I shouldn't have picked up staff sergeant, but I did. I tell myself every fucking day, man, did I earn my paycheck? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Did I earn my rank today? Mm-hmm. And that's one of the biggest things that a lot of people, they feel entitled. Oh, well, I was back in freaking, I did this. Nobody gives a fuck, man. Mm-hmm. Nobody cares. So the biggest lesson that I learned, especially for you too, brother, beating adversity, which I'm extremely proud.
Thank you.
You deserve it. It's one, God has a plan for you. Mm-hmm. Don't ever listen. I don't know how many people, but I know everybody told me that it was impossible for me to pick up stats and look where I am right now. So one, it just verified to me that you need to go all in on yourself, and other people's opinion don't mean shit. Mm-hmm. And two, pretty much be grateful and earn the possibility that I'm still I'm given another day to be a Marine, because at the end of the day, I feel like I didn't deserve it. Same like with God, man. Sometimes I look around and I'm like, damn, I don't deserve all of this stuff that you're doing for me. But I'm so fucking grateful, and being able to tell you thank you every day. I thank God every day to work, man, and every day back for everything that he's doing in my life, even all the bad that I'm going through, because I know that through all this adversity, the blessing is about to come,
100%. And, my last question is the standard, and I feel like that echoed throughout this entire this episode. But as you switch from being an NCO to a staff NCO, do you feel like the standard that you have for yourself was the exact same standard that everyone else had? Or did you feel like at some point it was like, yo, like, what the fuck are we doing, guys?
Brother, I will tell this to a private all the way to the Commandant of the Marine Corps, man. Be the leader that you expect to have. That's it. It never changes. Being a corporal, being a sergeant, being a staff sergeant, being a gunner sergeant, it never fucking changes. That motherfucker that you complain about every day, that individual that you're like, oh, my corporal's a piece of shit, my sergeant's a piece of shit because of this. Be that motherfucker that you expect. Be the change, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Be the individual that comes to work and you make the location that much better because you're there. And don't focus on, it goes back to our own personal development. You focus on somebody else, that individual is becoming better. While you're still at the bottom of the mountain, he's already on top. So it's always been the same for me, man. And that's why, a lot of people might talk shit about me that never worked with me, but I've never met an individual or a Marine that has served by my side. they know what time it is, brother. And that's one of the biggest things that makes me happy. On my last fair rep, the captain was telling me a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, look, sir, I really don't give a fuck about a fair rep, man. You go down to the line and you talk to those Marines, and they will tell you exactly who I am and what I do. Mm-hmm. And that to me is everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So doesn't matter, man. Be that individual that you expect for yourself. Be that Superman that you want. You know what I'm saying? And my short-term goal is to be better than the guy that wakes up in the morning. So every fucking day, I bust my ass trying to be better than the guy that wakes up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, that guy is 10 times better than me before. If you repeat that same goal every single day, you're going to be the best version of yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't even want to finish the episode. Like, this is the part where we closing right now. We going to close with this, and this episode was brought to you by Classy Hood Brand. but is there any last little bits that you want to throw out there?
Yeah, brother. This is for life, man. Our relationship is for life. You guys will see more of us, more of this. The next episode, I will be flying him to an undisclosed location. You guys, I'm not going to tell you guys where I will be living. It's kind of like a surprise. I don't want to spoil it. But in the future, you guys will see my brother in my house. And this is one thing that I just want to say thank you, man. You have inspired me. You have motivated me. You have the value has always been the same. And every time that you speak, and the reason why I still follow you, the reason why you're still in my house, is because you have always provided the same value that I pour into you. You know what I'm saying? You taught me. How many times have you guys heard me? If you get out on exit 1 and I'm going to exit 77, that was you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have impacted my life and helped me realize so many things that have brought value to me, man. And to be honest, you have inspired me. A portion of my YouTube channel is going to be podcasting. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's going to be buying some tech and revealing it and talking about it, talking about leadership, talking about the sky's the limit, bringing different personalities into the group and speaking. And I got that because of you. I got that because of all the growth and the impact that you made for me. And for that, man, I just want to say thank you, brother.
100%, man. Thank you once again. Just y'all know the fucking vibe with it. Y'all already know the vibe with it. I ain't gonna get emotional again. Y'all know the fucking vibe with it. I've been doing a lot of cussing lately on this podcast. I really need to chill out. But just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. I hope you enjoyed this episode half as much as I enjoyed making it. Once again, don't forget, any what's all the handles?
Oh yeah, guys. So on Instagram is at Koke Yepes, KOKEYEPES, and if you want to follow my journey, it hasn't started yet, but in the next 5 months on YouTube, it's Kocilla. So that's KOCILLA. And mentorship is for life, guys. So if you guys got any questions, anything like that, make sure that you guys shoot a DM.
All right, stay hungry, stay motivated. I'm out. Just like that, another extraordinary thought left this ordinary mind. I hope you enjoyed this episode half as much as I enjoyed making it. Stay tuned Mondays and Fridays. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Meech Speaks. Once again, that's Meech Speaks. Meech is spelled MEECH. Don't forget to share this podcast, subscribe to this podcast, follow this podcast, pass this podcast to somebody, because this podcast was dedicated to helping everyone become a better version of themselves. Even though I don't know what that type of version is, I just know that you can be better. Lastly, don't forget to grab your copy of The Extraordinary Thought from the Ordinary Mind, available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles. I think there's an electrical copy. You know what it is. Stay hungry, stay motivated. I'm out.